It's a nice New England day. As you can see, some of the trees have lost their leaves, others still have color. And now it's time to give you guys a tour of the roost. It is not complete, but it's complete enough for me to give you a quick preview. So here in our little sanctuary, you can see that it has 3 windows. Well, you can see one of the windows, but all of them look exactly like this, except for the one on the back, which is much larger. And I would like to thank our friend Rollo and his wife for giving us this giant slate stepping stone. It has like this natural rust color built into it, which is absolutely stunning. So here is the back of the building, and you can see it has this extra large window here. It does have air venting. Then over here, you can see the other window. Just a quick stop off to look at the asparagus, and look at this abundance of basil that is growing in everywhere. More basil. Oh, that's a garden hose, but more basil. And the tall light green plants here, like I said, all of this is asparagus. It'll take like 3 years before it's fully mature. I had planted out this entire planter full of asparagus that I ordered off of Amazon, and 90% of it was just really bad. It was bad when I took it out of the packet, but I still tried to grow it, and I ended up returning it because that's how bad it was. More autumnal loveliness. I love when the plants are lush and green and sprouting flowers in the summer and of course pre-spring, but I also love when they're turning their colors. I had a little spider on me for the season. I know, you guys, I garden, but I don't do bugs. And here is the trumpet flower plant growing in a new location. So let's go into the roost. I wanted a really large door on the roost. I had a choice of having a standard size door or this single double size door, and I went for the double size. And I also had a transom window added to it just to bring more light inside. That was an extra option. And as you can see, this is what it looks like inside so far. As I stated, it's not done yet. We still have more wall work to do to the walls, trim to be added, work around the windows, some caulk cleaning up. But inside there's this beautiful carpet. You know, this is, I guess, the boho side of me, the little hippie side. I wanted this to look relatively rustic but finished in a way, so I went for having this open rafters, which I painted all the walls in here before this, I'm going to call it cladding, siding stuff, was added to the walls. So this is actually a futon, and it also has a beverage and armrest center. I should have turned the lights on in here, but I didn't hook them up. They're actually, I'm looking at the basket where they're located right now, waiting to be hooked up. And today is a very gray and dreary day in New England, so the sun is hiding. So it's not as bright on camera probably as it is for me here in person. But, so we have that. This area, there will be some sort of unit or something going in this area where my yoga mat is. something probably just more so for storage or something utilitarian, I'm not sure. Here's one of the windows from the inside. These unlatch and slide over. There's 3 frogs in here. See if you can find the other 2. And if you can, note in the description below where they're located. And so here we have the big window on the back wall here. And the reason why I nicknamed this the Roost is because I didn't show you the structure of it, but it's built up so that it sits on top of decking that is several feet or yards up from the ground. And so you sort of feel like you're like a bird. You're up here roosting. You're kind of like, if you look out the window, you're right in the tree line, but not down, because that's down on the ground. You're way up here. And you get that view from all around. So that's why I came up with that nickname. Like, look at us, we're well over the top of this bush that is about 7 feet tall. That bush right there is a little over 7 feet tall, and we're way up here. So I have one of my favorite pieces of furniture, which is this lucite table, 4-tiered, and my vase collection, well, part of it is on this table. The other part is under the sink in the kitchen. So I will probably add just probably 2 or 3 more vases, but these are some of my favorites. And look at this peacock vase. It's really pretty. And a Salvador Dali vase. And this purple handkerchief style vase. And the list goes on and on. And so here we have in the corner a modern version of an Adirondack chair. And it rocks. It's on rockers. So lots of comfort. You want to sit in here and rock-a-bye, you can do that. Yes, this it's not hooked up. You can see the wire right there, or the plug. This is a heating system that will go in here. It casts a flame, but it is electric. And then some artwork from our child when she was a child. Here's another one of those windows. This one is a little more cleaned up as far as the caulking, but we have an idea as to how to enclose these with some trim. So we will do that. And these are actually shelves that will hang on the wall, so we could put our little treasures on them. And that's another reason why I wanted this to be partially like unfinished. I don't want it to be perfect, because I know me. If it's perfect, then I want it perfect all the time. So I want this to be like a casual space where you can come, relax, convene, and enjoy nature with this door. As you can see how wide it is, open. I mean, it goes almost from one wall to the other. Or you could close it and have your own private time as well, ergo the window in it. So it brings in more light. There is a CO2 fire detector in here as well. And some of my favorite pottery. I have more. I have a collection of American Indian pottery that's going to go in here. I actually broke a piece of it and threw it. I broke it after it broke by accident. I actually broke it up more and added it to the stone underneath this roost. So it has some of nature, aka the motherland's heart, soul, and spirit. And here is this cute little Hull, Hull pottery container. And look at the acorn at the top. That's what sold me on it. And it has a basket weave pattern around the circumference and a little bit of that drip. And I think I said it's made of pottery. Here we have some, and you could tell I'm mixing some of the antique vintage with the modern here, which comes into play, especially with this little tabletop fireplace, I think is what it's called. I've never fired it up yet, but it will be fired up once this place is completely done or almost done. A mirror that I made in the back there. representing some of our family colors. And these are some pictures. Actually, they're metal signs that will be hung up in here. That's part of the mount for the smoke fire detector, CO2 detector. There's this fan that's for camping, and it also has a light in it. One of the things I'm going to be doing after this place is completely done is hanging a chandelier from here and some other things which you guys will definitely be privy to. I'm going to keep you guys aware of everything that's happening now that this is close to its finishing stages. Here's another piece of vintage pottery. This is by Hagar. And like I said, if you guys saw where the 3 frogs are, let me know in the comments below. Who knows, I might send you something. And what else can I show you in here? Oh, this corner shelf. It took a while to find a corner shelf that was the right height. Most of them were too small for the height, believe it or not. Or they were tall enough, but the shelving itself could only hold like this pottery cup, which is a decent size. I mean, this is a mug. It's one of those puzzle mugs, a vintage one. And it has the maker's mark here. So if you know who made this, looking at the maker's mark, I think that's a W. Then please let me know. I would love to know. Yep, it does look like a W. So if you know who made that, please let me know. But the others were only had enough shelf space to hold like that, so the shelf would have come out like here, but it would have been tall enough. I wanted something that had more of, more space on the different platforms. So that's why I selected this, and it fits perfectly in this corner. And also, even though I have like maybe 2 ideas for what could go in this corner, please let me know what your ideas are down in the comments as well. And I do plan on lining this with little battery operated candles. That's what that is. And just to show you some of the structure of this, here I left this unfinished because this is going to be another area to tuck in, whether it be books or other little, mementos or natural things, or maybe a little plant, that has some tendrils hanging down. And let's see what, and I did it up here as well. I left that open. So these little cubby spots, as I'm calling them, will be all open. What you see as far as wall installation is it, except for adding trim to the corners, probably some sort of decorative element across these seams. That type of stuff will take place. But, oh, and as far as the floor is pretty much done. I'm not going to make it perfect. I am going to clean up some of little pink drips that I actually got on the floor, where you can see it just right here at the doorway. It's not anywhere else, thankfully. So I don't have to have all this furniture moved to do that. So that will almost complete it. There is definitely more decorating that's going to take place because, as I stated, this is just some of the stuff that's going in here. The other stuff is mostly wall stuff, and whatever we decide goes in this other corner. But for furniture, this is it. Let me know what you think about the layout. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you have suggestions for changing it? Yeah. Oh, this picture will be hung up on a wall, just to let you know, probably over there or over here. But for right now, until the rest of the wall work and trim work is done, I'm not going to hang anything up. So that should be done. I'm going to say in the next, it's going to be within the next month. It's probably not even going to be a month, but by the time you guys see another update, it might be about a month from now. And also, this is the inside of the door, which I did paint with the same color as the rest of the interior. It's hard to get it on because it's so bright out here. It's hard to get it on video. But it does have a texture to it. So I'm thinking of leaving it exactly the way it is. But I do feel as if this door could have more of a purpose. Like I could attach something to it, maybe like a fold down table. I would have to learn how to make that. I know I'm laughing because that would be kind of hilarious, but I know I could do it. But yeah, I think you guys, I just thought about that. I think you're going to put a fold down table on this door so that you have a place to place a beverage. The thing is, you'd have to be careful when you open the door, but, or you could even play games, like a chess game that we have might end up going in here. Not sure, but that is what the roost looks like for now. And the progress, especially before winter, is exactly where, I wish it was a few months ago, but we, had some workers here that were great in constructing this from scratch right here on the ground. They did it in this area. And, I can quickly show you how this roost is raised up off of the ground. And it's, I'm going to say up about 5 feet. Yeah, it's about 5 feet up off the ground. We do have, that's another place we have to work on. This lattice, all of this is coming off. My husband put it in. It looks terrible. And so we're removing that, and we're going to put in this lattice that we found at one of the home improvement stores. I wish that there was a way to recycle this because it's so wasteful, but it's fine. And it's already pre-painted as well, the one that we found. It's all already the same color as the rest of the deck. We actually painted all of that. So luckily, and we can't believe it, we found a lattice that is that same color. So we're going to remove all of this and we're going to install that. That might not happen until next spring, like early spring. I say that, but it's possible we could do it before then. Right now, we just need to get something, and you can see the loose stone inside. That's where I threw the pottery that I broke. We just had to get something up because we do have bear, fisher cats, fox, coyote, you name it. We have all sorts of animals, deer, etc., that would love to dwell and hibernate under here, and I don't want to see that surprise. So we decided to just get this up quickly so that we had something here to mostly protect the animals. Also, we have semi-wild chickens that they still go into this opening. So my husband was supposed to close that off, but I see he did not. So I'll get in on him about that. But that's basically it. That's the roost sitting high on her perch. And she's a pale yellow to match the house that we live in. And the green shutters are a different style than the house that we live in, but they're the same color. And the white trim. Look at how high these bushes are. They're so crazy. And I am not cutting them down. I love them this big. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please leave your comments and suggestions down below. I really do want to hear them. Much appreciate them. Like I said, I might end up picking one of your comments out of a hat or a random selector and sending you guys something. So I much appreciate your participation, subscribing, sharing the videos, getting ideas, commenting, and watching our other videos too. So thank you guys so much. Be well, and remember, your health is your wealth.